Have you ever noticed some people are always kind, always available, always saying yes, but somehow they're the ones who feel the most drained? They show up for everyone, fix everyone's problems, keep everyone comfortable, and in the process, they slowly disappear. They say yes when they want to say no. They avoid conflict, even when it's necessary. They carry emotional weight that was never theirs to begin with. And over time, they don't just feel tired. They feel empty. Psychology says this isn't just kindness. It's a pattern. A pattern built on fear, conditioning, and the need to be accepted. Some people are afraid that if they stop giving, they'll be left behind. So they keep saying yes, even when something inside them is screaming no. They believe that love has to be earned, that approval has to be maintained, that their value comes from how useful they are to others. And because of that, they give more, tolerate more, and sacrifice more until it becomes normal. At the same time, they avoid discomfort at all costs. Saying no feels like tension. Setting boundaries feels like conflict. So they choose short-term peace instead, even if it slowly destroys them in the long run. And the more they ignore their own needs, the harder it becomes to even recognize them.
Eventually, something dangerous happens. They start attracting people who take advantage of that pattern, not because they're unlucky, but because they've made it easy. When you always give, you train others to expect it. And when you never push back, you silently tell people how far they're allowed to go. So what started as kindness slowly turns into being used. Not respected, not valued, just used. But here's the truth. Most people don't realize until it's too late. Being kind and being controlled are not the same thing. You were never meant to live your life constantly adjusting yourself to fit other people's expectations. And this is where things begin to change. Not when you become cold, not when you shut people out, but when you finally become aware. When you pause before saying yes. When you notice that tight feeling in your chest that tells you something isn't right. When you choose yourself, even if it makes someone else uncomfortable. At first, it feels wrong. Then it feels unfamiliar. And then, slowly, it starts to feel like freedom. Because respect doesn't come from always being available. It comes from having limits, from knowing when to stop, from understanding that your time, your energy, and your attention are not unlimited resources. And once you see that, everything changes. You stop chasing approval. You stop trying to be liked by everyone. And you start becoming someone who is respected. Not because you give everything away, but because you finally know what's yours to keep. Because you were never too nice. You were just never taught where your boundaries should begin. And once you understand that, you stop repeating the same patterns. And for the first time in a long time, you start choosing yourself.